Hello and welcome to Warcraft Daily for today, the 12th of June 2013. In today's news we will be covering the patch 5.4 PTR, which has just been released. Now there's a whole bunch of information and the format I'm going to go through it all is, first I'll cover the new features, then the new raid, the new gear, new mounts and pets, and then I'll skim over the patch notes to tell you what's up there. So for new features, the first thing I'm going to cover is virtual realms. Now this seems to be their solution to the underpopulated realms problem, and instead of merging realms they're creating virtual realms. So sets of realms will be fused together and behave as if they were one cohesive realm. That includes like arena, guilds, etc. So you'll still technically be on the same realm and nobody's being forced to move, just that it's sort of having this like weird merger thing. And actually I think this is a very good way to deal with it, and hopefully it will solve a lot of problems for a lot of people, because there's some people whose game experience has really been badly affected by the sort of drought of players in some places. So the next thing we have is Proving Grounds. This is for individuals to improve their combat skills, and there are challenges for tanks, healers and DPS. This is so the players can get more skilled on their own, so if you're a terrible healer or whatever, then you don't need to bother a group with it. So you can just sort of get better yourself. Now there's 4 difficulty modes: Bronze, Silver, Gold and Endless. And for Endless there's high scores, so that the better you do, like you get higher score, and that leads to competition and things. It'd be nice if there was some cosmetic reward, something like that. Actually, it sort of might even clip onto what the Brawlers Guild does, so it'll be interesting how exactly they implement that. Anyway, the next thing is the Timeless Isle. Now we actually don't know much about that. My hypothesis is that this is the new solo PvE area, so like akin to Battlefield Barons. They did say that it probably won't be a daily zone, as they prefer the Battlefield Barons style of content, so I think that'll be very good. We've also found out that there's a pet battle tournament here, but I don't know any specifics. Now for the new raid, this is the Siege of Orgrimmar. Now in the background there will just be videos of the new model for Garrosh and the Shah of Pride. So this is the tier 16 raid, and I don't know if it's linear or branched, but what we do know is the different bosses. So we have Immersus, or something like that, the Fallen Protectors, Norushen, the Shah of Pride, that's the last Shah, Galakras, which for the Horde people will recognise as being Warlord Zayla's Drake, the Iron Juggernaut, the Korkron Dark Shaman, this seems like a council fight with shamans, General Nazgrim, Malarok, the Spoils of Pandaria, Throk, the Bloodthirsty, Siege Crafter Blackfuse, Paragons of the Claxi, and finally good old Garrosh himself. So this is interesting, and what I actually think is kind of interesting is that the Paragons of the Claxi are there. Now, if anyone's actually finished the Claxi rep, they pretty much say to you, you know, you're a pretty cool guy, but we still serve the old gods. So the Shah are created by the old gods, meaning we're fighting Shah, we're fighting Claxi, we're fighting Garrosh, so there's going to be old god involvement in this, and honestly, I just love anything that has the old gods in them, especially because, well, I like H.P. Lovecraft and Cthulhu and all that sort of lore, so it'll be interesting. So there's 14 bosses in total, which would make this one of the largest raids they've ever made, so that's quite exciting. Now there's also a new scenario, it's called the Celestial Tournament. We don't know anything about it, but its achievements are listed as being under the pet battle section. This probably means that it's like a pet battle tournament sort of deal, or scenario. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Now in terms of new gear, we have the new tier 16 gear and season 14 gear. I'll do a full video on this today, but on the screen you'll just see a few different screenshots. I'd like to do a full video though to sort of fully show people what I think of every set. Now for new mounts, we have the Skeletal Warhorse and the War Nightsaber. All I know at the minute is the models for the mounts themselves. I don't have any idea as to where you get them. And for new models, there's about 7 or 8 pretty cool models which I'm just going to flash by on the screen because they look kind of pretty. I'm going to give them that. You know, Blizzard's art people are all artsy and stuff. And next up we have the patch notes. So for raids and bosses, now these patch notes, they're not going to include the class changes. I might do a video on that, I might just skip it, because there's a lot of them and I can't really offer that much insight into most of the classes. So for bosses, raids and that kind of thing, you can now use bonus rolls on world bosses after your first kill of the week, and the LFR drop chances for bonus rolls have increased for all prior raids. Also the normal Throne of Thunder bonus roll drop rates have increased. Coming first in a gold challenge mode gives you a temporary title that remains as long as you're the fastest in the realm. Yeah, there's that stuff. For PvP, the Season 14 Grievous gear is available, Season 13 Tyrannical gear is available for honor points, and Season 12 Malevolent is crafted. Now there's also a whole bunch of pet battle changes. As you know, for the nature of these, I can't really give that much insight, but I'll flash them up on the screen. Anyway, so that's it for the initial look. Now, you know, the PTRs only just came out. There's going to be a whole bunch of information flooding out from everywhere, as everyone sort of tries to jump onto this. Overall, though, things are looking interesting. I think this new raid has definitely got a lot of potential, given the size, and given that it's coming off Throne of Thunder, and it's made by the same team, so they should be able to do it. Now, the one thing I would say is, take everything with a massive grain of salt. An entire, like a truckload of salt, because, like, a lot of things here are, you know, they're just Blizzard experimenting with numbers. This is especially for spell changes. If you go on MMO Champion or something like that, you'll see loads and loads of spell changes. Most of these will probably be different by the end of the PTR. But anyway, hopefully I'll be able to make more content on this initial PTR release to give you guys all the information I can. So thank you for watching. Please like if you like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.